Okay. All right. How are you guys? Yeah, the condition still, getting better, and slowly we hope that the situation, the condition is improving, and of course, we experienced this for quite long, more than 1 year, more than 1 year. Just over 1 year. So hopefully the situation will improve slowly. So how is it going? How's your study? The last semester? Is it good? Everything?
This year, actually this is my first semester, not my second semester.
I
And
see. I see.
it's been a long time since the last I took my last MBA was in 2002.
What
So
make
it's
you
a new
continue? I
journey.
mean, what make you continue studying?
Oh, because I'm actually involving in the counseling ministry of my this church diocese. So
All
I
right.
decided that since I'm involved in the ministry, must well update myself.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good,
it's
good,
a
good.
challenge. It's a challenge. Yeah,
It's long life learning, yeah.
yeah,
So
and a
meaning,
long journey.
yeah, non-stop. And I hope this semester can give you a good experience, a good experience.
Yes.
And welcome back anyway, Mr.
Thank
Bay.
you. Thank you. I
What
only
about the
managed to get my student ID this today because I submitted in December, but there were no news from the SRAD department. So I have to
okay?
personally went there to obtain my ID, and I only managed to register today.
Yeah, well done.
It was very
Okay.
quite
I
close
mean,
call.
yeah, actually, the disruption happen everywhere, any parts of the life. Yeah, sometimes the system, sometimes the practices. Yeah, unexpected. Yeah, so at least, but anyhow, this is good for us in one side. Good for us. At least we experience something that never been experienced before. At least we a little bit know about how to deal with the kind of situation. If happen, these things happen again in future. Yeah. Okay. So whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we think, this is what we are, and then with the new normal, yeah, new normal. So, but again, the situation in real life, if you can see, people still struggling. Although we have been through this just over a year, but people still struggling. We still heard about, still listening about to the stories of people has been fined with the compound with the 200 ringgit, 10,000 ringgit, everything. So this is to show that people are still struggling, observing the new normal. Yeah. But anyhow, at least we can manage up to this stage. What about the others? How do you manage your life? Elvia, Tan, Nazato, Salsabila. All right. Someone asking about the attendance. I will show you the QR code for the attendance. And normally, the way I display the QR code is at the beginning of the session, and then towards the end of the session. So we record two sessions at least. We can double check about the attendance. Not to say that I didn't trust you, but that is the procedure being set by the schools. Okay. Hope you understand that. All right. So let's see what we can start for today. Yeah. Okay. Let me share with you. Okay. Now you can turn off your video, so that if you would like to stay on, it's fine. But if you think that by turning on the video make the data a little bit heavy, so you can turn it off, and then at the end maybe we can turn it on back. All right, let me share with you the slides for today's session. All right, before that, I want to show you the what was that? The e-learning, yeah, the e-learning. So if you look back, anybody here have checked the e-learning? So I have uploaded some of the information, and you know, this course, human development, MPPE 1333. The last time we offered this is in 2018 and 2019. All right, so maybe because of the popularity, and then this course is coming back. I mean, quite sometimes, 2018 to 2019, before you come back into 2020 and 2021 about this one. But anyhow, here we are, and I have uploaded some of the information in the e-learning. So if you would like to see and check the e-learning, and maybe you can get some idea about this one, yeah. So I've uploaded some materials here. You have course information, you have the assignment guidelines, yeah, in the introduction to the course section. I've uploaded these two materials. The first one is course information, and the second one is the assignment guidelines. And then in the following week, we have the topic of human development in general. So what I would like to do for the next coming session is for you to work on these two materials. Yeah, I have uploaded here. The first one is understanding human development. Some little story, a bit of human development, and so that we can get some idea. And then one writing about developmental psychology. So it is related to human development discussion. And then, but for this one, I just uploaded the materials related to developmental psychology. So we are not talking about developmental psychology, but we're talking about human development. So that's why I just uploaded that for your reference. So you have to work on these two materials. And if happen, I have another one, so I will upload it in the e-learning, and then we'll inform you to work how you can work on those materials. Okay, so try have a look of the e-learning, and I also share the class link. Yeah, I'm sure you're also aware of that. So you just click here, and then you will be directed to the class link. Okay, and the rest, you know, since like I said, this course is coming back after 2 years lapse, and so it's not ready 100%. So I will updating this one from time to time, and hopefully I can update this one and every single materials before the half of the semester. All right, let me start on with the cost information. Okay. Now, okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hopefully you
Yes.
can see that. But anyhow, you still can get this in the e-learning. Now, as you know, the course name is Human Development with the code of MPPE 1333. And this is projected, not projected, is set for 2020-2021 for semester 2. and carries 3 hours credit, 3 hours credit. So for those who from other program like MPPB, I noticed that some of you from MPPB, counseling, guidance and counseling. So I think this quite okay, because last time there's some cases, where the students from other program try to register for the courses from the educational psychology program. They reluctantly to approve the idea, but now I think should be okay. But of course, you have to consult with your program coordinator whether this can be accepted as the elective courses, for your program. So that is the most important part, so that you will be in the course without any problem, throughout the semester. Okay, if you look at to the synopsis, I would like to address here, the course, what we expect from the course. We will be talking about the human growth and development in physical, cognitive, and psychosocial in their entire life. What I can say here, what make this topic is so interesting. Actually, we try to understand ourselves, how we develop, how we grow, from earlier stage, like the way the moment we were born in this world, and then slowly we develop until now, we're becoming somebody like us now. So at least we can reflect ourselves, and then how this growth and development happening, especially in the perspective of physical, cognitive, and psychosocial. And it also examines the similarities and differences. This is quite interesting. Again, when we start talking about similarities and differences, how we can understand similarities and differences in the perspective of development. All right, some people, how we can define these, what so-called development, then what make the development is similar to one person to another. So sometimes in terms of what, so that's that kind of criteria. So we try to explore that, and at least we can see the differences and the similarities. And sometimes, we can say that people have, like us now, we have some sort of specific way of thinking, and specific way of thinking. Our thinking now, like for example, my thinking is more to proactive, proactive, or maybe we can say I always proactive in attending specific issues and specific problems, and then the other person also proactive. So in terms of proactive, what we can say, of course, the terms and definition of proactive is quite similar, but the way it's manifested in every single person might be different. I could be proactive in my way, and then my colleague could be proactive in his way. So this is what we mean, similarities and differences. This is quite interesting. Yeah, not to say which one is the best, but it is more to understand how people develop, and then how they would become, or how they could become this kind of situation. And then we also try to look at the phases of human development, like we mentioned earlier: physical, cognitive, and social changes. And then we want to see the from the perspective of cross-cultural and historical comparisons. So what make these things different? How cross-cultural and historical perspective can make those differences happening? So those kind of situation that at least we can understand better, right? So maybe what we can understand, how the nature, right, the nature of the individuals, or how we want to see the way they have been educated. We're talking about the nurture, yeah. So how they have been trained, how they have been educated, how they have been taught until at one stage they're becoming somebody like that kind of person. It's a very unique and very specific person. Okay. And then finally, we also trying to see the contemporary issues in the development of human development, uh, and try to understand the whole process of human development. Sometimes, if I can say with you, I can share with you some kind of unique example, right? Some people, they can commit. Maybe you have read news that recently saying that a husband killing his wife while his wife was sleeping, right? He shoot in the head and then kill the wife instantly. So how could the person, as a husband, able or willing to kill his wife, right? Kill his wife. So this is what kind of some kind of development. So in order to understand the behavior, at least we can look back how this person developed, right? How this person being educated. So from there, we can at least we can make some inference, right? The good thing is, by looking at this connection between the background, between the historical perspective of the person, at least we can predict something, right? We can predict something, or at least we can understand the situation or the behavior at that particular time, right? And then for the further uh, improvement, at least we can use this kind of data for, not to say to prevent the things from happening in the future, but at least, we can anticipate. We can anticipate. So those are the perspective, the overall perspective of our topic, yeah? Human development. We try to understand how people develop, right? The development based on the stages, the development based on the environment, the development influenced by the way they have been brought up, this kind of situation. And slowly we can understand, yeah, what make people different from one person to another. So these are my contacts, yeah. My name, Zainuddin Abu Bakar. And this is my office, my room, C14331. I don't know when you can come to my room. And yeah, of course, this is quite strange for me. Yeah, strange for me, because previously, I used to have students around me, right? I can talk to my students. I can, share the love. I can see my students' faces. But now, I can also see the faces, but there's a barrier between me and my students now. But whatever we say, so what to do? This is the situation, the new normal. I'm talking to my laptop, right? I'm talking to my laptop, hoping that someone on the other side, have the same understanding and the same feelings. Okay, this is my email, right? You have my contact number. This is my phone. For your information, I never switch off my phone, right? So you can contact me, and of course you can talk to me personally, excluded the sleeping time, the sleeping time. And then,
Professor, sorry to interrupt.
yes,
Sorry to
yes, go
interrupt.
ahead, Bay.
Can
It's
I
fine.
ask, because I think I'm not sure whether it's my app's problem or what. I'm trying to log in to take
Okay.
attendance, but somehow I don't see any barcode, or it was just a default
No,
mode that I
not yet.
cannot take. Oh, okay, because you
Not
say in the
yet,
beginning,
Bay.
so
Not yet, Bay.
all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you,
not
thank you.
yet. I'll Yeah, I will show the code and for you to
Okay.
scan in shortly.
Okay,
All
thank you.
right. So no problem. Okay. So these are the contacts.
Uh,
You have my number. You have my email, and you can WhatsApp me. It's fine. Like I said, excluded sleeping time. You can WhatsApp me during my sleeping time, but of course, I will check that in the morning, right? So you can talk to me anytime, anything that you think that you would like to share with me. All right. Okay, now these are the expectation, yeah, the learning outcomes that we expect for you to achieve at the end of the session, right? Now, if you look at this one, yeah, hang on. All right. So this is what I can say, the planning for the semester. So at the beginning, I plan to have a final exam, but I've yet to decide whether we should have final exam at the end of the semester. But I will inform you any changes, yeah, in the replacement of the final exam. Like in the previous semesters, we changed the final exam into some kind of additional individual works, yeah, to replace the final exam, yeah, to get the 30%. But it's okay. I will inform with you from time to time if any changes. Okay. But for now, these are the expectation of the assignments. Okay, if you look at the course learning outcomes, so explain the basic concepts of human development, influences on development and context of development, and then course learning outcome number 2, discuss interrelationship between, this is again the things that we mentioned earlier, physical, cognitive, psychosocial. So how this interrelated? Yeah, how this interrelated? So, like for example, the competencies of the children to speak. Yeah, the competency of the children to speak out, to pronounce things, and start to um, uh, name something, name the object. It is related to the development of the brain, yeah? How the brain slowly matured, and in order to process information. So those are kind of examples that really connected that we need to understand, right? It doesn't mean that this development develop on their own, right? On their own, because we're talking about a one person, a single person, which comprises of physical, cognitive, and psychosocial. So, how these domains, right, connected one to another? Like, for example, the confidence of the individual, the children, to walk without falling. So they start to develop the confidence after the physical is ready, right, to walk, like at least to stand and to step, to take the steps. So those are the development that comes together that assists the individual to develop and to learn something about the environment. So we try to see this by looking at the assignment, yeah, by working on the assignments. And then number 3, emphasize the educational consideration, right? This is more to presentation. Now you look at the assessment on the right hand column, the last column on the right, assessment methods. We have final exams, we have assignment number 1, we have assignment number 2, we have assignment number 3, and then finally we have presentation. Yeah, we have presentation. It looks like full of pack of assignment. But you know, these actually, to me, if you ask me personally, this is a good chance for you. This is a big opportunity for you to explore. Not to say to get a better grade, but to explore the topics more. To explore the topics more. You know, like when you work on the assignment 1, when you work on the assignment 2, when you work on the assignment 3, and then when you present something, right? You see the distribution there, 20, 10, 30, 10. So at least you can see, you can expect from the assignments, you know, the opportunity for you to explore the topics, to explore the topics, at least to make you understand better about the human development, okay? And then finally, the final exam. For now, since we still under the PKPB, and the face-to-face, physical face-to-face meeting is not possible. So I will update with you how we are going to have this one, whether we will have we will be having online final exam, or we will change that into more structured individual task, more structured individual task to get that 30%, okay? 30%. So that is the overall feature of the course learning outcomes, and then the assessment methods. Assessment methods. And then for program learning outcomes, so we try to address these 3 program learning outcome, which is PLO1, PLO3, PLO5. Yeah. Maybe you are not aware about this one. If I can go down a bit, then you can see. Oh, no, not this one. Hey, hang on. The assignment guideline. So then you can see clearly. All right. I'll discuss about the PLO again when we discuss about the assignment. Yeah. Okay, that is the expectation. And then if you look down a bit more, you can see there week 1 to until the end, the end of the semester. So you can see there introduction, forming a new life. So I'll try to manage this in the course information, following the phases, following the phases from the earlier stage, like from birth to first 3 years, and then slowly early childhood, and then moving on to the middle childhood before we can come to the topics of adolescence, adolescent, and then slowly we move on to the young adulthood, adult, and then finally the elderly, late adulthood. Okay, that is the flow. At least, you know, throughout the discussion, from the earlier stage, like maybe like this one, from birth to first 3 years. So if we want to recall what is really happening during the during our birth, our birth. So sometimes you need somebody like your mom, your sister, or your brother, who can help you to share with you what is really happening during your birth. Yeah, maybe something different. Like me, when I uh, spoke to my mom, she passed away already. So when I talked to her, what is really happening during my birth, and then she said that, you know, when I come out, when I came out, I barely crying. I didn't cry, and then she said that I didn't cry at all until the nurses, the nurse start to pinch to the hand. Then I can start crying, because you know the nurse why the nurse pinching my hand during that time, because she just wanted to test, whether my senses responses sense is working. So that's maybe because of that she pinched my skin. So what my mom said is, during the birth, I didn't cry at all. So my skin is so pale. Then she said, my skin is so pale, because normally when the baby came out, the skin is start to reddish, right? Because to show that the blood flows normally. So that's what is really happening. What was really happening to me? My mom said, yeah, my skin is so pale, and then I didn't cry quite sometimes, and after a few hours, and then after the nurse start to pinch my skin, and then I start to cry. The moment I cry, my mom said, and then my skin start to change, right? It's a little bit reddish, and something like to show that the skin is normal. So that is the moment. So maybe this is what we can share, right? To understand something is really happening, something interesting is really happening when we were birth uh, ages ago, yeah. And then we talk about early childhood. Maybe some of the information can be recalled by ourselves, but some through our relatives, our fathers, our parents, our siblings. So then they can share with us, and then of course, and slowly when we go to middle childhood, adolescent, and slowly we can recall ourselves, especially during adolescent, during adolescent when we were in the secondary schools. Yeah, normally we can recall, not to say every single thing, but at least most of the information, right, during our adolescent stage, and then some in our primary school stage. Yeah. So this is what we try to learn. Yeah, how that develop from one stage to another. Okay. All right. Up to that, any question? Any question?
No from me.
Okay. I mean, if you think that throughout, so if you think that you have any concerns, any question, any something that you want to clarify, go ahead. Okay, just fine. And then finally, like late adulthood and the end of life. This is also the issues of. I think I don't know who what is your age? I'm sorry. What is your age now? But to me, if you look at me, I'm 56 now. Yeah, I'm 56. Maybe some of you might be the same age as me, but I'm 56. So I could say that I'm, if you look back to the cycle of life, now it's slowly going down, it's slowly to coming down. I mean, my cycle is slowly to coming. You grow up, from stage you reach peak time. You reach your peak time. Maybe sometimes we don't even realize. We didn't even realize when is the peak time of our time, right? So by looking at this one, at least we can look back to our time and then try to point out when is my peak time, right? My peak time. It's quite interesting. Sometimes we say that our peak time is only, maybe my peak time is around 29, right? What you mean by peak time? Is it related to the physical development? Is it related to the cognitive development? Is it related to psychosocial development? So the peak time is different based on the dimension. Okay. So maybe we can come out with this one, right? Maybe we can come out with this one. And then finally, we have the individual assignment presentation, right? Assignment presentation. So look at this one. Yeah, I mentioned there just now. Assignment 1 is individual. Assignment 2 is individual. Assignment 3 is group, and then group presentation. Of course, it is a group assignment, a group task. And finally, we have a final exam. right? I have listed some of the references. If you can find anything, if you can find any, not just the references that I listed here, if you think that you can find yourself a book that discussing about the human development, go ahead. All right, not restricted to this one, right? What I mentioned here is not limited to this one. So if you can find yourself any books, any reference that telling about human development, go ahead. Okay, it's quite similar. Actually, the content is quite similar. Just a matter of how they discuss it, and then of course, based on the date of publishing, so that make the book different from one book to another. So what I can say, you can make use of that if you can find yourself, or even you already have yourself. So go ahead. There's no specific reference that I say, okay, we just use the experience human development by Papalia and Feldman. It's not that, okay? Hope you can understand. Okay, any question about the structure? So this is the expectation. So we hope that we can finalize and then we can finish all the topics with the activities and throughout the semester. We have 14 weeks of meetings, so we hope that we can finish this in time. In time. So if we look back to the course learning outcomes, yeah, so this is the expectation. We expect that at the end of the session, yeah, we can get this understanding, right? We can get this understanding, okay? At least this one, we can get this understanding. And of course, if we look back to the synopsis, then we can know that whether the discussion able to or manage to make us come back to this one, yeah, understand about the development, and then know how to explain, how to justify about the similarities and differences, and of course you can consider of doing research, yeah, doing research in human development perspective. So that is the expectation. Okay. All right. Now, for today's meeting, I will discuss about this introductory issues, yeah, and then for the following week, I won't take long, but for the following week we can start discussing about human development in general, yeah, in general. Okay, before that, maybe you would like to hang on. All right. Hang on. Oh, I have to log in again. Okay. 5 p.m. All right. Can you scan now? You can scan your attendance now. How many are we today? Hang on. 7. Okay, we only have 6. All right, 2 more. All right. Okay, let's go back to the assignment guidelines. Okay, the assignment guideline. Right. these are the expectations need to be completed. Assignment number 1, it carries 20%. It carries 20%. Assignment about theoretical analysis. So this is the individual assignment. What you need to do here is select any theories from cognitive and psychosocial perspective, right? We exclude the physical theories, but we just focus on the cognitive and psychosocial perspective. Select any theories of human development, right? Human development from the perspective of cognitive and psychosocial, all right? After you have select that, write and discuss the theory in details. Okay, that is what you need to do. How it is operated. So this is kind of exercises. I consider this some kind of exercises, you know, before you come to your research project. Yeah, research project. The research project 1, research study 2, research study 2, and research study 1. So at least you can consider this when you work on the research study 1 or research study 2, because in research study 1 you have a theoretical framework, theoretical framework. So by working on this kind of assignments, at least it helps you to understand how to write theoretical framework. Okay, that is another expectation from this assignment. Okay, you just select any theories. I didn't mention the theories, but I'll share with you the materials after this. Yeah, I will upload in the e-learning, so then you can see from those perspectives, the cognitive and the psychosocial theories. And then you just select one, and then you write and discuss about the theory in detail. Okay, how it's operated. Okay, the length of the assignments is between 5 to 10. Okay, 5 to 10, excluded the references. So in your discussion and writing, if you were using specific references, you cite from somewhere, you cite from this book, cite from that book, you cite from other articles, other people's articles. So you have to cite, you have to state the citation, and then don't forget to list the references that you have using in the writing. Yeah? So the pages is between 5 to 10. Okay, 5 to 10. The format is very simple. You start off with the introduction. Yeah, you start off with the introduction, and then followed by the theories directly, and the theories. And then, of course, the introduction, you would like to discuss about in general, to discuss about the human development in general, right? Human development in general. And then slowly you come down to the specific theories that you have selected. If you're selecting the theories from the cognitive perspective, so at least in your introduction, besides the discussion of human development in general, so at the end of the discussion, you slowly giving the focus into specific development, which is cognitive development, before you come to the number 2, which is the theory, the specific theory from the perspective of cognitive. All right. So that is what you need to do in your writing. And then finally, you close it with conclusion. So something like you want to conclude about the theories, right? How relevant the theory is now, how relevant the theory is in future. So maybe you want to make some sort of inference from your discussion in number 1 and number 2, and then finally you want to make a conclusion saying that this theory is still relevant because it can be seen, we can see it in our everyday life now, something like that. So that is the idea for the conclusion, right? And then number 4, like I said, don't forget to list the references that you used. Yeah? You have used in your writing. So in this assignment, yeah, we address PLO number 1, knowledge and understanding. So we expect that we can address this learning outcomes. Okay, learning outcomes. Okay, any question about regarding this, the theoretical analysis, the assignment number 1? Any question? It's very simple, quite clear, and straightforward assignment. All right, you select and then you write and discuss about the theory in detail. Right, in detail. All right. If no question, so I just move on to number 2, assignment number 2. This one is short essay, kind of short essay, pages between 4 to 7. It carries 10%. Yeah? It carries 10%. A short essay, again, this is individual assignment. In this assignment, you have to select any issues related to human development. So if I can say here, preferably your personal issues, any issues that you would like to address, you would like to discuss about the development. You know, after we understand the theory, the concepts of development, concepts of human development from the specific theories that we have discussed in the first assignment, at least in assignment 2, we can make use of, we can identify specific or to identify specific issues in our development. Yeah, in our development. My suggestion, if happen you select theories from cognitive theory, cognitive theory. So for the assignment number 2, I would say that you pick incident, you pick issues, or you pick development issues in your past experiences in the cognitive development perspective, because it is aligned to the assignment number 1. Rather than you just, you know, in the assignment number 1, you discussing about the cognitive theories, and then in assignment number 2, you were writing or you were discussing about social or psychosocial issues in your development. So it is not to say not related, it's something different, a little bit different. So if you want to make it easier, if you happen to select the cognitive theory or psychosocial theory, so make it align with the examples here in assignment number 2. So you just select the issues that related to the theories that you have discussed in assignment number 1. Write and explain the issues by using any theories on human development. So by doing this, at least to make it easy for you, you bring down the discussion of the theories in assignment number 1, you know, in order to discuss about the issues. Okay, like for example, if we were discussing about our cognitive development, so how you define the development, like for example, I learned about reading, right? Reading. So how I memorize things, right, from the perspective of cognitive theories. Maybe you want to say about Piaget, yeah, because Piaget was talking about stages of cognitive development. So now you choose any related issues to your cognitive development, like for example, how you want to see the differences when you were in standard 1, or when you were in primary school as compared to when you were in secondary schools. So because it is related to the theory that being mentioned by Piaget, talking about the stages, you know, like concrete operational and then formal operational. How you differentiate that by looking at the issue. Like for example, during my time in the primary school, I can only see issues, you know, from the perspective of, no, I can't see in an abstract manner. I'm able to see the concrete manner, the situation, the problems need to be concrete, something that I can touch, something that I can see when I was in the primary schools. But when I were in the secondary schools, I can see the, like, for example, the conversion, right? The conversion, like abstract thinking. So this is related to the cognitive development proposed by Piaget when he said that the development, the cognitive development, is based on the stages. At this stage, at this age, normally the children or the individual able to think concretely, but when they move to the another level, they can think in more abstract way. This is maybe you can connect to your differences, your experiences when you were in primary schools and your when you were in the secondary schools. So those are the discussion that you need to address. In this essay, you write some sort of a story about your personal development, yeah, personal issues in development, and pick anything, right? Pick anything. If you, especially something that you can see the differences, yeah? Something that you can see the differences between one stage or to another stage, or from this perspective to another perspective. So something that you can see the difference. Oh, there's a differences between when I was in the primary schools and as compared to when I were in secondary school. So then you can see that. So take that kind of issues or issues of development, and then try to explain that how that things happen based on the specific theories, right? So that's what you need to do. If I can say, when we say you need to explain, you need to discuss, you need to justify why those things happen by using theory, I'm not saying that you only can use one theory that you have selected in assignment 1, but in this assignment you can use as many theories as possible in order to explain the development issues in your previous life, yeah, not previous life, yeah, your in your personal experiences. Okay, so that's what you need to do. So you can use as many theories as possible that you would like to, theories that can be used to explain, right, the developmental issues in your past experiences. All right, the pages is between 4 to 7. And again, the format of the assignment is very simple. You have, I mean, you have to start off, normally you have to start off with the introduction. And then you discuss the issues. What are the issues? And then the conclusion, all right, the issues. When I say the issues here is you have two things, right? The first one is the issues. And then the second one is the explanation, right, about the issues, about the incident, about the behavior, about the changes, about the development by using theories. Okay, that is the issues. And then the conclusion. Maybe you want to conclude the discussion by proposing or by suggesting if we want to change that to be more variety or to be more something like dynamic, yeah, dynamic. So maybe we should consider this component. So maybe from that discussion, at least you can conclude the discussion by something like proposing or recommending. Okay, because we know when we able to propose or to conclude with this kind of suggestion or recommendation, at least we can see whether we really understand the connection between the issues, the issue of development in our life, and then how we can explain that by using specific theories. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Yeah, pages 4 to 7. So we expect that we can address PLO number 3, which is practical skills. By understanding the theories, at least we can pick any examples or any issues in development, right? So that we can explain something like that. Okay, now assignment number 3, right? Assignment number 3. So assignment number 3 is more to case-based report, yeah. But this time around, this need to be completed in a group, yeah, in a group. If I can check, if I check from the list of students for this semester, for this course, it's only 8. We just wait until the end of second week of the semester, because second week is the end of the period for insert and delete courses, insert and delete courses. So we wait until the second week of the semester and see how. If remains 8, then we can consider 8 as the member of this course, right? So my suggestion, since we only have 8, I can suggest that to make it easier for you to work together. So for forming the group, I would suggest that only 2 people in one group, so that, I mean, because you know, we are in the distance, and then separated in a different region and a different districts location. So I would suggest that the group consists of 2 person, right? 2 person. Okay, 2 person, to make it easier. What you need to do, what you need to do in this assignment, number 1, identify and write on specific issues in human development. So anything. Now it's open. Right? The number 2 is more to our personal experiences. Okay, we some sort of doing reflection, what is really happening to us in the past, but now this is open. This is open, so you can choose any kind of issues in human development. Okay, human development, any issues. Maybe from your discussion with your member, you can identify. Maybe it's like normally we open the discussion, like we start off with the doing reading first. Okay, let's say we do some readings first about issues in human development. Okay, we take 1 week. Okay, you take on this perspective, I will take on this perspective, and then we try to explore, okay, issues in human development. And then after 1 week, then we come back and then start to discuss, okay, which issues that we would like to address in for our group case-based report. So meaning identify and write on specific issues in human development. And then number 2, identify and select specific theories. It's quite similar to number 2, actually. Quite similar to number 2. And then explain how it will be used in analyzing the issues. Quite similar, right? You use the theory to explain the issues or the development, right? To explain the development. But at this moment, what you need to consider is, I mean, the issues in development is open. It's no longer the personal experiences. If you think that you still want to use your personal experiences, go ahead. There's no issue, right? Go ahead. You can choose from your personal experiences, or you can choose from your readings. It's fine, okay? But of course, you have to discuss with your friends, okay? And then suggestion and conclusion. So at least these are the structure. You have the issues, you discuss the issues by using specific theories, and then make suggestion and conclusion. But this one, a little bit longer. It carries 30%. Yeah, it carries 30%. 10 to 15 pages. Yeah, 10 to 15 pages. And then the format of the assignment, roughly like this. Of course, you always start off with the introduction. Number 1, the introduction. Number 2, the issues and the problems that you have identified. And then the discussion and analysis. Discussion and analysis. This is more to how you analyze the issues or the problems in human development by looking at the theories, theoretical perspective. So how we can justify, oh, these things happen because of this. According to this theory, it says like blah, 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 blah. So that is how we make use of the theory in understanding how the problems or the issues in human development happening. And then finally, the conclusion. So in your conclusion, maybe you can make some suggestion or recommendation. Maybe you can look from the you can look from several perspectives of the recommendation and discussion, the suggestion. The first one is, of course, you want to make suggestion. If these things happen in future, so we need to consider this. Yeah, of course, the discussion from number 3, it clearly shows that we have to consider this component, these elements. So in order to handle or to manage these kind of problems in future, so we should consider this, right? How we consider this? Something like that. Something like from the discussion and the analysis, we make conclusion. Something like recommendation. If anything happen, if things happen again, so at least we know what to do. Like now, COVID-19, COVID-19. So at least we have been experiencing what, just over a year. So at least we know what to do in future if we happen experiencing the same pandemic. Same pandemic. That's what we expect from the conclusion. So something like the anticipation that we can expect from this one. And then number 5, don't forget the list of references. And then for the PLO, we try to address PLO number 3, which is the same like the other assignments, practical skills, And then finally the group presentation. This is actually the same. The presentation is the same thing like the assignment number 3. We actually presenting what we have in assignment number 3. So we prepare the presentation. This is what I meant here. Present your assignment number 3. Prepare the PowerPoint presentation slides, including sufficient information of assignment number 3. So I'm not saying that you have to prepare 5 slides, 10 slides, okay, 10 slides or 15 slides or 3 slides. So I make it open just as long your slides presentation includes sufficient information of assignment number 3. So meaning at least you know that you have the issues, you have the discussion and analysis, and then you have the conclusion. So at least you have 3 major issues that you can include for your slides. Here, like for example, issues and problems, maybe you have 2, and discussion and analysis, maybe you have 2, and then conclusion, maybe, or recommendation, maybe you have 1 slides. So altogether becomes 5 slides. That is the indicator to prepare the slides. Not to say that use 5, but this is more sufficient information of assignment number 3. All right. So that is what you consider when you prepare your presentation slides. And then finally, time allocation for the presentation is 15 minutes maximum, right? I stress there, maximum, no more than 15 minutes, okay? And then the distribution of that 15 minutes is 10 minutes presentation and then 5 minutes question and answer. But this is again depends on the situation. If we can have the presentation, right, like this one, we have this presentation, so we will have this presentation. If we can't have this kind of session, I will change this a little bit more shorter instead of 15 minutes. But this time around, if we expect that you just record your presentation, in the MP4 format. So you have to present it in not more than 5 minutes. Okay, not more than 5 minutes. Again, this is, I will update this from time to time. If we able to have this like presentation session like this, using the WebEx like this, so maybe every group will have 15 minutes presentation, 10 minutes presentation, 5 minutes question and answer. But if we can't have this kind of session, maybe we expect you to record the presentation. So you just record with your phone in less than 5 minutes. Yeah? And then of course there will be no question and answer, right? Just a recording MP4 format. So that is the group presentation. It carries 10%. If you look at this one, yeah, excluded the final exam, yeah? Excluded the final exam. So I think to get pass of this course is not that difficult, right? Assignment number 1, if you manage to do correctly and precisely based on the expectation, then you can expect at least, if we can say A grade, yeah, A grade from 20, maybe you can expect what, 18, 17? That is A grade, okay, A grade. B grade, of course, you can say, you can expect that. You can expect like what, 14, 13 marks from this. The same way goes to this one, okay? If 80 you consider as A, so you can expect, you can get A, 8 mark from this one, 8 marks, and then you can get A. And to get A, of course, you have to get A, 8 marks from this 10%, right? The same way goes to assignment number 3 and so on. So what I can say here, you know, because you have 14 weeks to complete this one. Yeah? You have to 14 weeks to complete this one. Make use of those 14 weeks. I stress again, make use of that 14 weeks to complete this one, right? To complete this one. So that, because if you think that you want to discuss with me, discuss with your friend, go ahead, make use of that, and maybe we can create a WhatsApp group after this, yeah, so that we can discuss or anything related to this course, yeah, from time to time. Okay, and the due date for this one, yeah, the due date for this one, yeah. Actually, I hate to set the due dates, yeah, because you know a student keep on asking, can I have some extensions, to 2 weeks, 4, something like this. But I will update with you, okay, the due date for this one. You know why we have to set the due date, because you know, to make sure that we concentrate on the assignments at this stage, finish the assignment, complete the assignment, and then continue with the next assignment, continue with the next assignment, rather than you know, you lump into one kind of activity at the end. Okay, like for example, you have to submit by week 10 all of the assignments. So you start working on the assignments during week 9, which is, you know, really tough, right? Really tough to complete 4 tasks, yeah, 4 tasks, 3 assignments, 1 presentation from week 9, because the due date is in week 10. So what I can suggest, you know, you work accordingly. Okay. Assignment number 1, of course, you have to give priority. Assignment number 2, follow. Number 3, follow. Number 4, follow. And then finally, the final exam. If you look at the distribution, you can expect that 70%. If 70%, you want to consider as A from 70%. So maybe you can get 60. From that 60, you can expect you will get A for this course. All right. Sorry to mention about this one, because I really hate to to discuss about the grades, because this is not my intention. Maybe your intention, but I expect that for you to change otherwise, yeah. Like looking at the assignments as the opportunity for you to explore the problems or the issues of human development instead of concentrating on what grade I will get at the end. So that is the idea. And then on top of that, you still have 30% chances to get on top of those 60, you have another 30%, right, in the final exam. So if you say that you only manage to, yeah, during the exam, maybe you get sick, you have problem with the health, you got fever, and then your concentration is not there, maybe you get 50% from the marks, right? 50%. So you get 15. And then plus 60, you get 75 already, right? 75. 75 is already A minus. This is how we work by using this marks distribution. All right. You know, I've been teaching what for how many years? More than 20 years teaching masters in my program, my research methodology courses. Always happening like this, you know, when the students compiling, you know, all the assignments in one go. So they always wait for the last minute. So that's why, you know, when we do thing in the last minute, you can expect we forget this, we miss this, we overlook that, we something like that. But if we do it, you know, um, in order, or we do it in you know, in a structured way from the beginning, so we can anticipate many things. One of the example is when you discuss with me, you send the draft to me and then try to get feedback from me, and then when you get feedback from me, then you make changes, and then from that changes you send it again, ask comments from me, feedback from me, and then whether what you have changed is really what is as expected as the assignment assignment have. So then you can slowly work towards it, you know, something like that. Okay, about the due date of the assignments, I will update with you later. Okay. All right, then that's it for, I think, for today. Yeah, for today. And at least you can start considering about these assignments, right? So about the assignment, rough ideas, and then what to do. And then for the homework, yeah, for the homework, it's not really homework, yeah. But I think that is the the best word. But it's okay. But what I want you to do, yeah, what I want you to do, try to look at this one, these two materials that I have uploaded here, and you know, this is kind of simple explanation, simple discussion about the human development. Yeah? So try to read through this one and then see how you can understand and find the um, related references, yeah, related references, yeah, for your understanding, yeah, for your understanding. Okay. So in this materials, they also suggested books and references like this one, Burke 2001. Yeah? Like I said, although it is old, 2001, or as compared to the new one, like 2020, 2021 edition, the discussion still the same, the principles still the same, and the structure, and then but what make them different is maybe from the examples, right? 2001, maybe the example and then the issues of development quite might be different as compared to 2020 or 2021. Like see how the vaccine, considering vaccine, for example, in regards to the physical development, the physical development. So that is one way that we can see how we can understand the differences between a date of publishing. Okay, like those days we still have vaccine, right? We still have vaccines, but different vaccines. Okay, but now we have to take vaccine, but the vaccine is for COVID-19. So those are the development related to the physical development of individuals. Okay, and other references maybe you can see from this one. Okay, and then we also have developmental psychology. So let's some writing about developmental psychology. Okay, and how we can understand developmental psychology, because when we discuss about human development, actually it's like integrated cross discipline, integrated cross discipline of discussion, because we will be using the developmental psychology, we'll be using about social psychology, we'll be using about emotional, those kind of things. And then we'll be discussing about the physical development, anatomy, anatomy, and then we'll discuss about the physiology. So those are the connected, integrated, cross-discipline that will be discussed in the human development discussion, including this developmental psychology. Okay, try and have a look and then read this one, right? I'm not asking anything for you, from you, but what you need to do is read these materials and see how you can understand this, all right? That, I think that's all from me today. And any question, please? Any question?
So, Professor,
Hopefully
the
everything is
PLO,
clear.
yeah, Professor, the PLO is standing for the code, is it? The course code, is it?
No. The PLO is the program learning outcome. They call it
Oh, okay.
program learning outcome. The
Okay,
code
thank you.
is still the same, this one, right? MPPE 1333, section 1. Okay. All right. Anything
Doctor.
else? Yes.
Thank you.
Doctor,
Yes.
as for the assignment, is it compulsory to do in English?
It's up to you. Whichever convenient, whichever comfortable to you. If you think that you want to write in English, okay, go ahead. It's fine to me. And if you think that you want to write in BM, like I said, whichever convenience to you, right? If you think that you write better in English, go ahead. If you think that you can write better in BM, go ahead.
All right, thank you,
No
Doctor.
issue. All right, anything else? I hope everyone can follow, And if you know anybody, right now we only have 6. If you can check from the list, you can check from the list. We actually we have 8 in the list. Ainul Hakim, right? Hang on, share with you. All right, this is from the list register, right? All right, this is from the list register. What I can show you is supposed to have Ainul Hakim, Bay, Chua, Yihui, Liu Di, Nazatul Shahira, Salsabila, Tan Hui Yin, Yang Xiao Han, Yang Xiao Han. So it's supposed to have 8 people in the class. So if you know anybody here that not present today, absent today, so maybe you can remind them, okay? Remind them that because I don't know, because if the name appear in this list, meaning they have registered the course. Yeah. So meaning, you know, the academic rules is simple. So you must have the attendance, 80% attendance. Okay, 80% attendance. So if you fail to attend the class more than 20%, meaning the chances for you to fail in the the course is higher. Yeah, it's higher. So just inform your friends if you know anyone that not here today, so that they can come the next meeting, and of course to do reading. Yeah, reading that I have asked you just now. Right. All right. Now, okay. Let's see the attendance one more round. Yeah, one more round. Okay.
Do you want to open the WhatsApp group?
Yes, please. Hang on. Can we scan another one, another round? Hang on. What is the time now? So 6 p.m. right now. All right. Can we scan one more round? Okay. One more. Okay. Who's not here? Ainul Hakim, Liu D. Liu D. Liu D. We have Liu D. You have any problem? One more? Just now we have 6.
Yes. Yeah,
There's
yes, Prof.
problem.
I have scanned, but the name doesn't go into the system.
Yeah. Right then. It's
So
okay.
I'm done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now let's stop sharing. Okay. Now can we turn on the video before we dismiss one more time? All right, Tan, you got problem? What? Your handphone or what? The connection.
I think so because I scanned for 2 times already, but the name doesn't go into the system.
Right. Okay. It's fine. All right. Now we have in the list just now we have, oh yeah. Now we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more. Yeah, Tan, only Tan, that cannot make it for the second round. All right. Anything else before we dismiss for today's session? All right, so just continue working. The first one is the course information. Try to read through the course information again, so that you can really understand what we were discussing just now. And then number 2, try to look at the assignment guidelines, and then you can start off right away if you think that you want to start off. Okay, normally what I can suggest you make some draft and then share with me, or even the best way is to share in the WhatsApp group that will be created afterwards. So share in the WhatsApp group, and then everyone can follow the discussion, so they can get some ideas as well. But if you think that you are not comfortable sharing in the WhatsApp group, you can WhatsApp me personally. It's fine. And then number 3, what was number 3? Well, that's very quick to forget. What was number 3? Okay, the number 3, like I said, you can form the group project. So you have 8. For now, you have only 6. So maybe you can work amongst you, these 6 people. And then you can form a group, consists of 2 person. And then the other 2, when they came in, and then you have to inform them and what to do. And then don't forget, do that reading, the materials, and do the readings, and then see how you can understand, right? And after that, finally, create one WhatsApp group, so that we can discuss from time to time. I think WhatsApp group is the fastest for now. The fastest for now. So we can get connected. All right. If no more, I think that's all for today. And thank you very much for your time.
Doctor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All of the classmates, you can add my number, and then you can text me. Then I'll open the WhatsApp group.
Okay. Where is it? You type the number here.
Yes,
You
yes.
type the number.
The chat box.
All right. So take the number, please.
Yeah.
0193898
Yeah. You'll just text me, then I will create a WhatsApp group.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. 0193898 don't forget to add me.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay, so thank you very much. Take care. Again, I have to say it again. So because we feel in the critical situation, in the crisis of pandemic. So always observe the standard of procedure, SOP, and hopefully we can get through this one without any problems. Okay. So take care. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, doctors. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.